Hey guys, it's TimeLimitVGC, and we just got Pokeball tier number 6. We got some BP points, which are delicious since we need them. And yeah, so I've been recording a few episodes. Okay, we got Marini too, that's fine because we just found an opponent. And yeah, so we are fighting Rodriz. I don't know how to say this, but Rodriz is running a Sand team, a very popular team in this meta game right now. Definitely very good. But I feel like the anti-meta approach is definitely strong. Definitely, I need to bring Trick Room here, and I feel like the best and safest way is the exact same Grimmsnarl and Reuniclus lead, and then from there I'm able to go for some Max Knuckles onto, I could just Dynamax the Reuniclus, go for Max Knuckle, and then build up the Escavalier to continue sweeping. The biggest concern that I have right now is actually the Dragapult. Excuse me, because if Dragapult Dynamaxes, it gets access to really powerful moves. So what checks Dragapult, not necessarily checks, but does like a great counter would be Grimmsnarl. So I'm going to go for the Reuniclus Grimmsnarl lead and then leave a Escavalier in the back. And then for my last Mon, I'm very tempted to bring in Torkoal. Trying to remember if Torkoal is running Ancient Power or not. We can quickly check. Because I feel like Ancient Power Torkoal is a really... No, it's Earth Power, my bad. But yeah, I think like it's a really good check to the Rotom, because Rotom can't necessarily do too much unless I want to Gigantamax as well. Regardless, I'll bring Torkoal just because Eruption does a lot of damage. It has some really good offenses and defense purposes. If I need to switch into a Fire-type move that a Escavalier can't take, then definitely Torkoal will get that eject button and then have the possibility of switching back in. So have fun and good luck to Rodriz, or I'll just say 08 sword player. And yeah, so I love the fact that the battle arena is different. I love the fact that it keeps changing throughout the games, throughout these matches. So what's really interesting here is that he doesn't lead with Excadrill, which is very fascinating considering the fact that he has the ability to go for Sand Rush option later. So what I've stated is that I'm going to go for the Reflect to bring up the defenses to protect myself from a crunch. If this is a special Tyranitar, which by the way exists, I might be in big trouble here. But again, I'm going to go for the Reflect, and then I'm going to go for Trick Room. And I think Rotom may want to go for Volt Switch, actually. Maybe it wants a Will-O-Wisp, I'm not too sure. Maybe it wants to set up screens, because Rotom is a Pokemon that gets screens as well. So I went for Reflect, and then Rotom is going to go for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Grimmsnarl. I'm not too mad about that. Grimmsnarl is not the offensive threat right now, it's just here for support. And then Tyranitar is going to go for Dark Pulse, so there is a special settlement. If it's probably Specs, but what I'm more concerned is about the fact that, the flinches. Those are the things that I'm worried about. Okay, so we're at a terrible position because my team completely relies on Trick Room right now, and the fact that I can't set it up because, next turn I'm going to get KO'd is really bad, and I got burned, so I can't necessarily do that much. So what I'm going to do... What am I going to do? I think so I'm not too sure if Darkest Lariat ignores burn. I completely doubt that. But what I'm gonna do, this is such an interesting position. So I did predict that a special set is possible and it does exist. But what I think I want to do, what do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do actually. I could just Dynamax, do some crazy plays, but I'd be waiting to Dynamax too early. I feel like I should really get rid of the Rotom right now, mainly because the Escavalier is such a huge Pokemon. So I'm going to protect Reuniclus just to see if I can find a position, maybe later in the game, to set up Trick Room. So I'm going to go for Protect onto Reuniclus, expecting that Tyranitar wants to go for another Dark Pulse. When it goes for the Overheat onto Grimmsnarl, I think it's okay because I have... Does my Berry activate? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine, because I can probably go crop it up with the Sandstorm and burn damage later. So I'm going to go for Darkest Lariat. It's not going to do anything, really. Yeah, just as I predicted. So yeah, we're at a terrible, terrible position. Although Rotom probably wants to withdraw, because, it's at -2, and it doesn't necessarily want to Will-O-Wisp, any incoming targets. So theoretically, I could bring in a Escavalier this turn. The problem is that Rotom can easily Will-O-Wisp the following one. So what I'm going to do... Oh, this is super interesting. Well, let's do so. If I had more HP, I would have Dynamaxed and then survived the Dark Pulse. That's just not gonna happen. So yeah, I can't really do much right now because if I switch to Torkoal, I'm just gonna get hit really hard and then eject button out. I need to find a way to get. I really gotta get rid of the Rotom, and I don't have any answers to that either. Like Tyranitar is not the threat until I can find an efficient way to trick Room. So yeah, I guess like I have to draw the line and sack the Reuniclus. So this is the issue with my team that I have right now is that if I don't have a good position, I end up losing very quickly. And here comes the Intimidate. So yeah, like I'm not even going to be doing any type of damage right now. Although this does mean that when Tyranitar picks up the KO, Escavalier is going to be at a really good position. So that's like the forgiveness that we have right now. But yeah, definitely with that Trick Room, we're going to be in huge trouble because now we're not attacking first and we have to defend ourselves from what's going on. At least we have the Reflect, so I know Gyarados won't be too much of an issue right now. Although I have a very interesting strategy that we can actually do right now. So get this. Gyarados went for Intimidate, which basically means Grimmsnarl is at -1. If you notice, Grimmsnarl is currently packing the Power Swap, right? So I'm going to bring in Scavalier. I think I want to Dynamax the Scavalier, honestly, just to get the maximum output damage and, maybe... Actually, so yeah, okay, I have an idea. So, first let me check his Pokemon. Does he have any... So his Togekiss is theoretically the only Pokemon that can resist close combat right now. So what I'm going to do is go for the Power Swap onto Gyarados, which means Gyarados is going to get the Intimidate, which makes my Pokemon defensive. I'm going to Dynamax, and then I would go for Close Combat onto... I'd go for Max Knuckle onto the Tyranitar. He's special, right? So I don't think he's Specs. The thing is he might be Assault Vest too, which means he has access to the Fire move. And, if he hits a Fire Blast onto Scavalier, I'm in trouble. So I'm just going to go for the safe, Max Steel Strike. Try to build up defenses for his other physically attacking Pokemon. So yeah, it's just, if he uses Flamethrower, he pretty much wins the game. If he goes for Fire Blast, I have a chance of missing. If he is stuck onto Dark Pulse for some reason, then that's also fine. But yeah, I really like Special Tyranitar for that reason, that it has the flexibility to do a lot of things. So yeah, Dynamax Escavalier, pretty cool stuff. So Grimmsnarl is going to go for the Power Swap. So now his Gyarados won't be doing any physical damage to us because now it has the -1 and I'm back to +1. Gyarados goes for the Waterfall onto the Grimmsnarl. I'm going to take that because of the Reflect. Yeah, so there's a Flamethrower, and I'm able to survive it, so at least that's good. Oh no, how'd I get the burn? So yeah, that's game. I can't do anything afterwards. I can't set up Trick Room. I got burned with my 2 physical attackers. So yeah, this game's definitely going to my opponent. What else can we possibly do? So yeah, if I thought that he was going to go for Flamethrower, then he wouldn't switch out to Togekiss, and so then it would have been super smart to go for Close Combat instead. And then, his Gyarados is probably his Fighting Resist. Ah, man, that's a DQ. That means I lost the game. Either way, I was going to lose the game anyway, so GG to my opponent. But yeah, definitely, I could have thought out the position of my opponent in order to analyze what would happen next. So definitely positioning is a huge factor of the game. But yeah, great job, Rodriguez. But yeah, definitely.